Hi there, welcome back to my channel, Whispering Willow Oracle. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading for the 2024 year. This is going to be messages from your spirit guides, archangels, angels, so messages that want to come through. This is going to be primarily about the main energies of the year, not necessarily a calendar type reading. So I'm not going to be doing a reading saying what's happening in each month. I'm probably going to do a reading more similar to that by the astrological signs. Those will be coming out a little bit later this month. I was having a really hard time sitting down and doing any 2024 readings before the end of the year because we just weren't out of 2023 yet, and it just didn't feel right to read the energy yet for 2024. For some reason I wasn't interested. Now I'm interested. Now that we're in 2024, I feel like it's a safe bet to start looking into the energies of this year. So yeah, I guess in the next clip it's going to be me shuffling the cards, which so I'm filming this after I've done all of the readings right now. So if you want to watch me shuffling the cards, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm just picking the piles and your signifier cards. There's not really a whole lot of talking. The image after that is where you can select your pile. There's also going to be timestamps in the description. So use whatever method you like to use to pick your pile. Some people like to just go with their first instinct, the first image or card that they're drawn to. Some people like to pick by the number or the timestamp. Other people like to use a Google number generator, which I find is super helpful if you're feeling indecisive or if you're just not particularly drawn to any specific pile immediately. That can really help. Otherwise, you can take your time and meditate on the energy, pause the video as you need. And there could be messages in all the piles for you, or you could just have one pile that's for you. So please take the messages as they resonate, leave what doesn't, and you know, take what applies to you and leave what doesn't apply to you. But I do hope that you find a message here today and that your spirit guides have something for you for the year of 2024. So please enjoy the reading, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. All right, so this part is just going to be me shuffling, selecting the cards. I'm going to take that, I think. Selecting the cards for each pile. I'm going to do 3 piles for this pick a card reading. I've kind of laid out how I want the reading to be structured and what decks I'm going to be using for each portion. I think for the identifying cards that I'll have people select from, I'll just use this Faerie Oracle here. I'm not necessarily not trying to see the cards, it's just I'd like to kind of interpret them as they come when I do each pile's reading. So if they flip over and we see them, that's okay. And also you can go to the description here. I'm literally just going to be really boring right now and shuffle. It's going to be a lot of shuffling, probably 20 minutes or so last time. That's how long it took me. You can stay here and hang out, or you can skip ahead to the card selection portion, or you can go down below and see where all the timestamps are throughout to find your pile. That's funny. I'm not taking this one, but it's kind of a funny card, the big behind. I don't know if you can see it there. Okay. So we have our identifiers. Where will I put this one? Okay. And then the next card we want to pull out is from the Quantum Oracle deck. So, thank you, angels and spirit guides, for being here today with us while we do a collective pick a card reading for the 2024 year. Please provide us with one card for each pile. Please provide us with a card for pile 1. Thank you. Thank you for providing us with a card for pile 2. Thank you for providing us with clear messages for the collective of pile 2. Oh, it's a lot of messages. Let's shuffle some more. Just one card for the collective of pile 2, please. Thank you for one card. Thank you, Spirit, for providing us with clear messages for pile 2. Okay. Let's go for a card for pile 3, the collective of pile 3. One card. Oh, okay. I'm going to take maybe both, just because. We'll see. I know which one, but yeah, we'll take both. Okay. Just clear the energy from this deck. Thank you. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for being here and providing us with messages for the collective for 2024. Thank you, angels and spirit guides. Please provide a message for pile 1. Thank you for providing messages for pile 2. Collective of pile 2, please. Thank you for providing us with messages for pile 2. Alright, that's what wants to come out. And that is what we will take. Thank you for providing us with... Oh. This one was trying to come out earlier, so I'm going to take it. Thank you, angels and spirit guides. Okay. Astro medicine for this one. Sorry for my slurping. Again, you can always skip this part. It's probably very, very boring. But some people like this, like they like to watch the shuffling, and I get it, so hopefully it's not too bad. If that's your thing. Okay, thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing us with clear messages for pile 1. Thank you. I did say message. Oh, no. I don't really want to take all 3. Well, actually, no, I put them back in. Well, if those messages were meant to come out for piles 2 and 3, then they will come out. Thank you for providing us with clear messages for the collective of pile 2. Thank you for providing us with clear messages for the collective of pile 3. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing us with clarity and messages for pile 3. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for being here with the collective. Thank you for clear messages for pile 3. Oh yeah, and I wanted to take one from this pile too. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for being here, providing us with your light and wisdom for the year of 2024. What are messages that you would like to provide for pile 1? What is a message you would like to come through for pile 1? What message would you like to come through for pile 2? Thank you for being here. What message would you like for pile 2? What messages would you like to provide for pile 3? Thank you for being here. Provide messages for the collective of pile 3. What messages would you like to provide to pile 3? Thank you, angels. Okay. Since these are oracle cards, I'm taking pretty much all of them upright. The portal messages, or sorry, the quantum oracle, I will take reverse because the messages can be quite varying with those cards. Okay, so these ones, this one, yeah. Just gotta clean it up here a little bit. 2. I found this Faerie Oracle in my closet. I forgot that I had it. It was actually my father's Oracle deck. And of course, just like with everything that I think is cool at his house, I somehow end up with it. I moved and put a bunch of my Oracle decks and my tarot cards like up in this closet until I was ready to get them organized, and this one somehow got like put underneath some other stuff, and I just recently found it, and I've been excited to use it again because it's been a really long time since I've actually used this one, because I didn't often use it before, and I kind of get a little bit like tied to like my favorite decks and I just go back and back and back to them. But since I've been doing making the YouTube videos, I've really been drawn to different decks, and I think it's because there's messages in there that are going to resonate for a lot of other viewers, and it's kind of opened me up too, like opened my energy up a little bit also to be able to receive messages or connect a little bit more deeply with each of these decks that before sometimes I find it hard to build a relationship with a new deck. Sometimes I get really excited and I'll get a new deck and I've been waiting forever to get it, and then I don't feel as, I don't know what the word is. I don't really know why. It's just more of like I don't get very, I don't know, connected to it, you know. It takes some time once in a while. Some decks I get and I instantly feel a connection, and others they take some time and I have to develop it. But okay, so no, I want to use that one after. We're gonna take some portal messages here. Actually, this is gonna be for what karmic energy are you coming into in, or not getting into, what karmic energy have you been in? Because this is a year that karma will come, manifest into your life. So I know that there's good and bad karma, dharma. But we're going to be looking at, like, what positive things are you manifesting because of your good dharma or karma, or I think it's dharma. You know, I am not a dictionary or encyclopedia for spiritual terms, but you know the concepts that I speak of. If you're here, I know that you understand these things, and you know what I mean. Hopefully I get better with my words as I go on and make more videos, because that's kind of, I definitely struggle with my throat chakra, and that was my biggest hindrance in making YouTube videos, was feeling like I had my voice, and I still struggle a little bit, as you could probably tell with my ums and but I've gotten to a point where I don't really care. And if other people don't like it, then they won't watch my videos, and that's pretty much fine by me. I try to not do it as often, but it just is the way it is, and I am the way I am. Okay, thank you for providing a karmic message for pile 2. What karma are they, dharma karma, are they manifesting? Good things. What good things do they deserve this year that will be coming to them? What are they owed? What does the universe feel like they owe to balance the books in this new year? What energy are we balancing? Pile 2, please. Thank you for being here, angels and spirit guides. Thank you for providing messages for the collective. Thank you for providing messages for pile 3. Thank you for providing clear messages for pile 3 regarding what karma and dharma or energy that they are owed to balance the energies of the universe for them. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I think maybe, well, oops. Okay. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing astrological messages for the collective of pile 1. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing collective messages for pile 1. You know what I just had a feeling? I might pull this, I don't know, I kind of want to pull these on camera, like while I'm doing the readings. Maybe that's what I'll do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I think we're done. So if you've stayed with me so far through all of the shuffling, in the next image there's going to the card here, the Faerie Oracle that's associated with your pile, and you can pick based on the image, based on the timestamp. You could go to a Google number generator and pick whichever one you feel drawn to, or any other method that you use to pick your piles. So I'll leave it here, and thanks for being with me. I'll see you in pile 1, 2, or 3. Hi there, pile 1. Today we're going to be looking at your 2024 reading for kind of what your spirit guides want to say to you, what messages they have for you, what kind of energies are you entering into in this year, what portals are you walking through, what gifts are you receiving, who are the main people, what are the main events that could be happening. We're just going to take a broad look and see what comes through. I'm not going to go through month by month the different energies. This is just a broad look at your year, kind of to get the feeling of the year. So I've pulled a few cards already for your pile. You can always go back and watch the card pulling. It's really kind of just me shuffling cards. It's a little bit boring, but if you're into that, you could totally do it. Otherwise, welcome to your reading. Today for your, I guess your signifier card for how you chose your pile was the Lady of Faith. It's the number 44. I hope you can see that in the Faerie Oracle that I'm using today for signifiers. This card has a lot of heart energy, very peaceful. Very peaceful energy. She's obviously in deep meditation. She looks like she's also very content and happy. I get the sense that, you know, for this card, you're going to be coming into a lot of abilities and strengths, and they're strengths and abilities that you've already been working on for a long time, but just this year, maybe you're feeling the level of confidence, of mastery in the skills that you've gained or that you've been working on, to a point where you feel really confident sharing it with other people. You might be feeling like, you know, you can express your feelings without fear. You trust in yourself, you trust in your heart, you trust in, you know, you may have been hurt. When I was channeling for this group, before I started, I was just doing a small meditation. The year 2021 came through. So I don't know if there was like a past hurt that happened in 2021 or a big event that came through, because I almost kept tripping up when I started your reading thinking that this was year 2021, which is like, yeah, 3 years ago. So it's kind of odd that that year came up. It wasn't feeling like it was something in my mind. It was something that just kept coming through and wanted to come through. So 2021 may have been an important year. I know this is a reading that's focusing on the future, but of course our future is very much influenced by our past, and that might have a significant meaning for you. So yeah, back to this and expressing your feelings without fear, knowing your worth, standing up for your worth and your beliefs, but without being defensive, kind of like you simply know, and you're so solid in your feelings and in your wisdom and self-worth that like nothing can shake you, nothing can put you off, and you're kind of above it all. You're above all of the drama. You're above people telling you what's right, what's wrong. You know, you'll let them say their piece, you'll be respectful, but you know, it means nothing to you, because you know yourself. I think you're also going to be having a lot of new experiences because you're calling in that energy with this open heart chakra. you're calling to yourself all of these fresh new beginnings that you're finally ready for them. You've healed from the past hurts, so your energy is in a receiving mode. It's in a feminine energy. I'm getting a lot of feminine energy, and that it doesn't matter, you can be male or female for that message. A lot of feminine energy. You're in your receiving period, and I think also I'm just getting caught by her crystal. You may be drawn to crystals this year, especially wearing them around your neck, almost as a protection. Of course, you don't need crystals to protect you, just like you don't need any kind of talisman. All it is it's in your mind, and if it gives you a sense of relief and purpose, and of course it can magnify. I do believe in the power of crystals. I do. I'm just saying, I also believe in the power of us as human beings, and that we are magnificent spiritual creatures that have incredible power that we just need to tap into and become aware of, and crystals can aid us in that. But that might be something that you're drawn to this year particularly. So if there's a crystal like a quartz crystal, or celestite, or citrine, I'm getting like C's, like crystals that start with C. So it could be something like that, like a light blue or yellow colors as well. Just like, whether it's because of the crystal or because your spirit guides are with you, I think your spirit guides are going to be offering you small talismans that make you feel protected. I'm just going to put that card here. I hope it's visible there and kind of in the background, so we can, you know, if you want to look back and refer to it, you can see your main card here. So yeah, you're definitely being very protected in this energy this year, so that you can feel safe in yourself and not be afraid to express yourself in your truth. Yeah, I think that's a really beautiful one. Okay, so I'm gonna so I pulled out 4 cards for you. I kind of did this, that there's going to be 4 cards that are representing your personal power, your manifestations, your giving, receiving energy, and your social status and employment. And then we'll have to like take a few. Oh, and then I also pulled a karma dharma card portal for an extra like overall energy for you. So yeah, a lot of, again, just with the green, immediately getting a lot of heart opening, heart chakra energy, kundalini energy in here, kind of working the energy from the base chakra up to the heart chakra. Maybe that's a chakra that you're really going to be working on this year, or healing, or that you have healed it, and through that healing, the opening of that chakra, that healthy chakra this year, is what's bringing you this new activation and this new energy. So here with the Emerald Tablet activation, we have cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. And again, like I said, heart healing, I'm getting that. It's going to be safe for you to express yourself. Trust in yourself. Pain is in the past. Your pain, it's like your pain is being transmuted. Like you've healed from it. You like spent that time in like spiritual hospital. Like you're now getting back out and experiencing life after the pain. And so you're learning what it is to not have emotional pain, if that makes sense to you. And you're getting very much into, through that transmutation of pain, you've understood something very deep about spiritual alchemy, and going into, you might be like the Emerald Tablet. The Emerald Tablets are Hermetic text, or what are considered Hermetic texts. And through that activation, it might not be that you're reading the Emerald Tablets, but maybe there's some sort of spiritual text that you find that helps you understand what happened to you. Like, even though you're through the pain, of course, healing we often heal for the rest of our lives, but you're in a period where you're understanding why you went through what you went through from a spiritual level, and it's giving you a different depth of understanding and healing and compassion and empathy that you're going to be able to have for other people. Like, this next phase is you, you know, you're getting rid of your triggers so that you can actually talk to and work with other people who may have gone through what you went through, so that you are not re-triggered and re-traumatized simply by talking to other people, because that can happen, right? If you're not fully healed or you're not actively healing yourself, it's very easy to re-trigger yourself and to do damage to yourself again, right? Like, that's why a lot of people who have gone through very traumatic things, often it's very hard for them to get into, they want to help other people who've gone through what they went through, but it's very, very hard for them because they have to relive that every time they talk to another person about what happened to them and about what's going on in the other person's life. So healed people are able to do that. So maybe that's something that you're really looking at doing, is actually helping other people in their healing process, and you have to be really well healed in order to do that. Okay. So you may also, with this portal, I was gonna read that one last, but I'm going to it first because I feel like it's super connected to this Lady of Faith, and I think you're going to be bringing your faith and your beliefs into your everyday life. And you don't necessarily have to be religious. You may be religious, but I'm getting, it's like a deep spiritualism, a deep connection to the divine. Something maybe that you don't talk about to a lot of people, because you might be like me, or like how I've been in my life, sometimes a little bit embarrassed because people have like made fun of you or been like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not logical. And I mean, it is. It just depends on what kind of logic you're using. Like, it's the same with any philosophy. It depends on how you look. Logic isn't just one thing. And a lot of people think that, like, to be logical, you're coming from like almost a mathematical like point of view, but logic just has to be reasonable and has to be consistent. And a logic is something that, like, usually, you know, there's rules, but there's sometimes exceptions, and as long as those things work within a framework, a reason framework. I don't know if I'm making sense because I don't even know where this is coming from, but I think that maybe you're learning how to communicate certain things, spiritual understandings with people from like a framework or a logical framework. So that could be something that you're doing this year, that's really interesting. Yeah, so I don't really know what that means. That could mean something to you. What is it that you feel, maybe it's your family or friends, like they don't understand about your spiritual beliefs, and so in the past it's been really hard for you to communicate with people, but maybe it's that you're just learning that it doesn't really matter if other people agree with you or not, or understand you or not. If they're your beliefs, then, you know, that's great. Who cares what other people think? And it shouldn't change how you feel about things, I don't think. Anyways, I don't think it should. Okay, I'm gonna move on from that right now. And going into what your personal power is in 2024, we have the vast universe, from the, like, it's kind of like there's like 4 or 5 different themes in this deck, and it's the Quantum Oracle, and Spirit is one of the themes. So within that, we have the vast universe here, which is like, I don't know, it's like one of the like most beautiful cards in that deck, in my opinion. There's a couple, but this one is really, really pretty, and it gives off portal energy for sure. So I think that, like, this is saying that you literally have infinite possibilities of where you can go this year because of your healing. It's like every door is open to you. You just have to decide where you want to go. You are accessing the stream of divine consciousness. It's abundance, it's blessings, it's happiness. All of that is available to you. You're going to discover how deep your connections are with the divine, and
greater access to the, like, to healing and light and connections and communication. And I don't know if, like, maybe you're going to be becoming like more like spiritually activated and activating your third eye and communicating with your spirit guides and maybe your ancestors, or with starseed beings, with you know, extraterrestrial type beings. You just have access to this like abundance of divine creation energy. So any idea that you might have, like a creative idea, that is open to you. Like if you're a painter, if you're an artist of any kind, it could be music, it could be writing, it could be acting, it could be any real like creative field. Yeah, it could be, I'm getting painting, but like, yeah, like I said, anything, music, painting, that's going to be somewhere where you expand deeply this year. Like your skills and your talent and your creative inspiration is going to be opening up because you have faith in yourself, like that you've developed through this heart chakra healing. You know your worth, so you know you're starting to see clearly your creations. Before, you were seeing it through a very critical eye, because we're all very like critical of ourselves often, until we learn to love ourselves and see our worth, and then we stop becoming so unrealistically critical of our creations. And so I think you're going to be like creating at a level of, I don't know, it's like purity, like a pure divine inspiration that no one and nothing can tell you that it's not good. Like it's beautiful, and you're brave enough to create these things, and you're attracting new experiences from the universe that are going to match your new vibrations. Like this opening of the heart chakra, which is bringing you so much joy and abundance, love, contentment. You're going to be acting out of alignment, because like when you start to understand what your heart wants, what your heart desires, and you are able to understand that deeply in yourselves, like you're able to align your actions and intentions with your desires and allow the universe to help you manifest whatever it is that you're trying to create. So it's going to be like this huge portal. Like I said, like you're walking into your greatest potential this year, and you're only limited by your beliefs, which I think are opening up. So I'm not too worried about that for you, being limited this year at all. You're expanding wildly, especially into your creative feminine energy, and you're focusing deep. You're focusing in your manifesting. So you're going to start to flow more in the direction of what it is that you're manifesting, because like you could have been in this energy of like, or you might be starting the year out in this energy of being extremely open to any possibility. And as the year goes along and you're understanding more of your heart's desires, you're closing in on where it is that you want to go, and you're aligning yourself with your intentions of, you know, the possibilities that you're selecting for yourself. I'm gonna pull a couple of clarifying cards here. Goodness. Okay, well, we had the Wheel of Fortune kind of pop out. I do want to shuffle this a bit, but that's a wonderful, beautiful sign that, sorry about that, that you're heading in the right direction. Let's see here. Thank you, Spirit and my guides, for being here today, providing clear messages for Group 1, Pile 1. Thank you for clarifying the vast universe. What is it that Group 1 is manifesting into their personal energy? The 10 of Wands, so the end of burdens. You're going to be able to drop baggage. The universe is helping you lighten your load, I think. Let's see now. the Queen of Wands, yep, so your divine feminine creative energy, and the Emperor. So you may be calling in a lover, like a counterpart, or someone who has who can support you in your endeavors. I definitely see that, like, in the past you were doing a lot of things alone, and that was becoming really, really burdensome. And this year you're able to either share those burdens, and it feels really, really good to lighten that load, or you simply left a lot of it behind and called in a divine counterpart. And when you left behind this energy, that's when it opened up and cleared the path for this person to come in. So you may be manifesting either a lover or this new energy for yourself. The Queen of Wands, she's a creator, she's abundant, she's highly creative, a wonderful mother, a wonderful spouse. She's extremely beautiful. So you may be changing your appearance a little bit here, or you know, you don't need to change it, but you might be doing kind of like a glow up or makeover. And this Emperor energy is someone who is extremely strong and capable and able to look after a lot of people, and he might be, or she might be, coming in and assisting you in the things that you're doing, so you feel like you're taken care of. You feel like you're in this, you're able to go into your divine feminine receiving energy because you have a strong divine masculine energy in your life now, and it allows you to be more open. And you might be, you know, you might actually be conceiving here. If you're in a partnership, you don't have to be in a partnership to be getting pregnant, of course, but I'm just kind of getting a little bit of pregnancy energy here from this here, because you're moving into this receptive, open energy where your body, your mind, your soul is receptive to what the gifts of the universe. Okay, very cool. So for your next 2024 gift, this is what you're manifesting. So this is the she-wolf. Unleash the wild within. I hope that's showing up here. I'm not very good at like getting the cards right in the video, but so yeah, again, I'm getting a lot of feminine energy, she-wolf. With the moon, you're opening up with your intuitive gifts here. Your crown chakra is opening as well, and like this with the Kundalini rising, you might be healing not just your heart chakra, but that may have been where you had the biggest blockage, and now that the heart chakra is healed, you have a clear path from your lower chakras to your higher chakras. So from your root chakra to your crown chakra to your soul star chakra, like all the way up, and through this Kundalini rising, you're, you know, coming into alignment with not just yourself, but with your counterpart, with your lover, working into this very creative energy, which could be a creative career or a creative endeavor, but it could also be creating life. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit of pregnancy energy in this one. Even just looking at the next card with lavender and your angelic protection. So in this first card, your Lady of Faith, with the crystal energy here, I'm jumping ahead here, but I'm getting a lot of like, you're protected, you're safe. So this Emperor may be your earth angel, it could be a spirit guide, but I'm getting that it could be like a physical manifestation of the divine masculine coming into your life and showing you protection and giving you enough protection that you're able, like, even look at Lavender, like she's carrying a baby on her back, and yeah, she looks like she's very content and safe. Like she's outdoors, but she's okay and she's safe, and in her feminine energy, in her motherly energy, kind of in the Venus energy I'm getting here. Anyway, so back to the she-wolf. I think that this is the energy you need to be in before, or in, to be able to manifest these things. So it's like your raw talent. You could be a singer, a musician, or an artist. Like I said, like I'm getting a lot of like throat chakra here, crown chakra activations. You might be coming up to the top of your field, because like the she-wolf talks about the energy of like, you know, like alpha. I don't really love those archetypes, but like, you know, like the alpha energy of being the top of something, like the best of something. You are breaking free of the limitations of the group. So like when you're in a family, or when you're in school, or when you're in a friend group, sometimes there's energies of like, you have to be the same as everybody, or you have to like work within the confines of the group. And I think that maybe it might not be that you're leaving your family or your group, or like walking away from them, but you're letting go of a lot of the preconceptions that you grew up in and thought that you had to be a woman, or to be a man, or to be whoever, like, or to be this creator. Like, you don't have to be in any of those energies. There are so many potentials and possibilities, and so many unique ways to live and to be, and you're breaking free of that. And you're no longer afraid to do things the way you want to. So creatively speaking, you're very free and unbridled to test your boundaries and to experiment and be more of yourself. And I'm getting that you might need to spend more time in nature. So like if you live in the city, or, you know, even if you live in a small town, like getting out to somewhere where there's like fresh air and quiet, and all you can hear is nature. And that's going to help you get into connection with this deep sense of wanting to be free. Like the part of you that needs to experiment, and that needs to be free, and that needs to express their creativity and reconnect with, I don't know, it could be like your inner child, like the child that wants to play and run and be free and try new things and be amazed at the world. And that is rebellion. Like, to rebel is to uncivilize yourself, and that could be like breaking free from expectations. And it's not just becoming like this child that no longer has any responsibilities or expectations put on them. It's, you've become an adult, but you need to find your inner child and protect that inner child and worship that inner child and give them the space to live within you now as an adult. And that's where you could be finding a lot of the things that you're wanting to explore this year. And you're wanting to find the things you want to do differently, like reconnecting with that element of the subconscious mind. Yeah, with the moon here and like the wolf energy, I'm really getting a lot of like deep subconscious, like ingrained things that are like ideas and preconceptions that are held within you are going to be released out of you in this new year. It's only your mind that's holding you back. So as soon as you're able to kind of like reject a lot of these what's the word I'm trying to use? A lot of the energy that I guess other people put on you, or a lot of the ideas that you thought were true, but you're like starting to realize that it's just because it was convenient for somebody else to think it was, for you to think it was true. And that it made it easier for you to be controlled. So I'm gonna take a few cards from this tarot here. What's it called? I think it's called the Ouroboros. Anyways, I love this deck, but it's pretty it's pretty primal. I get a lot of primal energy out of this one, and that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from the she-wolf. Okay, thank you, spirit guides. Thank you. Get a couple of clarifying cards. So the Ten of Wands again, and the Four of Wands. So, okay. Yeah, in this message here, you're leaving behind a lot of the preconceived ideas that you grew up with in your home. So these may have been things that your parents made you feel like you had to go get a career in whatever field. You had to be a lawyer, you had to go into business, or you had to get a lucrative career, but it didn't really turn out the way that your parents thought or that you thought, and they still have this notion that it could. You just need to stick with the plan and it's gonna figure itself out, but you just know that it's not, because it's not what you want, and you're gonna hate your life if you continue down the path that everyone else wants for you, and this is something that you want for yourself. So you're dropping the burdens that other people have put upon you, because you're realizing that you're the only person who needs to move forward in your future. And you know, the Four of Wands is a stable home, so I'm not saying that you know, came from a bad home. This is actually probably a very good home, in the terms that most people would be like, oh, you come from, like, you know, a middle-class home, your parents were able to help you or encourage you to go to school, post-secondary, and maybe they financially helped you, so there was a lot of pressure there, or maybe they didn't, and maybe you had to take out loans, and you know, the fact that you had to do that really has impacted your life until this point. And you're realizing that, like, at this point you could, you know, maybe you're done paying off your loans or something, and you're like, wow, I don't have to go to work every day to be an accountant. And I'm kind of using my own example here because that was where I was. Like, I went to school to become an accountant, and I resisted that for a long time. Then I finally did it, and I regretted it because it wasn't my dream and it wasn't my wish, and I was doing it to make somebody else happy. And I got out, and immediately, like, when I got my first accounting job, I was like, I can't do this, like, I cannot. And I really, really, really wanted to succeed because I had put so much time and effort into getting a very specific education in that field. And I kind of am getting like I'm identifying a lot with this energy of like rewilding yourself, like finding what it is again, like that means something to you, and it doesn't matter what it means to anybody else. It's just you that has to live it. And you might, you know, you love your family, they love you, but you need to find your own way, and they need to respect that. And I think you need to not be afraid to step on some toes and make people disappointed for a little bit, because that's exactly what happened to me. And you know, it's like 2 years later and I don't get any flack for it. I mean, I do what I want, I support myself, and there's not really anyone else I need to answer to at this point. Like, I am working on my own dream, and I think that this is what you're doing here too. There's something similar, at least, or you might be pursuing a creative career after being in a very like business environment, or a very like formal environment, and now you're moving into maybe starting your own business, or maybe you want to get married and become a stay-at-home mother, or maybe you want to buy land and start a farm and do all of these things and just be in your feminine energy. And yeah, I'm really getting that here for the she-wolf. So going into your giving and receiving energy, you're definitely receiving, you're in feminine energy. Lavender, the weaver, so getting like spider energy here, kind of 8 of Pentacles energy, Mercury energy, because lavender is ruled by the planet Mercury, who's also the planet of communication and travel. So you might be traveling this year. You might be, I don't know. With this energy though, I'm getting a lot of like music and calmness and intuition and meditation and rest, like deep rest, allowing yourself to rest, allowing your heart to heal. You might be going through like, I'm getting like a glow, like a pregnancy glow. So again, you could be getting pregnant. You're focusing your energy, your mental energy, like I said, you're fine-tuning what it is that you want to manifest, or like what portals you want to walk through, because you have so much potential open for you. And so you really just have to decide where it is that you want to go. You're experiencing a lot of self-love. You might not be being pregnant, you might really be nurturing your inner child this year. So take it however it resonates. Like, if you're like, I'm absolutely not having a baby this year, that's totally fine. Like, you might not be able to, like, that's totally fine. Or you might not want to, or you may have already had your baby. So seriously, like, just you know, if you're like, absolutely not, no pregnancy for me, get it. But I'm getting that energy. And so it could be that you're nurturing your inner child and birthing into existence that energy, that childlike energy that you've neglected, or that you decided that, you know, wasn't important and you put away because it just didn't fit into what society wanted you to do for a long time. And now you're getting in tune with it. Like you're starting fresh, like you're going backwards in that energy, but you're looking at it from like a fresh perspective of who you are now. I'm also getting that you're creating a lot of art, music, things like that. You're in alignment. You're shedding off like that, the adult self, not the inner child like we were just talking about, but like the adult self that you thought you needed to be, and then you realize like that's not at all how you want to be. She's just so calm. She's so calm. She's at peace. So you may be able to quit your job. Like you may have been in a very stressful job and you've quit it, and you're like completely at peace with that decision, and you're able to rest and you're able to do the things you want to do. And so it brings you a lot of peace and a lot of calmness in your heart. Yeah, I'm gonna pull some clarifiers on this because that's what I'm seeing here. So Spirit, please provide me with clarity for pile 1's receiving energy of Lavender, the Weaver, the Creator, creating from a very intuitive place. You're allowing it to flow very freely. So if that's music or art or a creative project or a business or a home, you might be building a home, you might be caring for yourself or for others. Thank you, Spirit, for providing us with clarity. Thank you for providing us with clarity. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Oh, the Emperor again. Okay, so this Emperor is literally creating a cocoon. Like, he's cocooning you in this energy of like creating a home, giving you, it's like giving you a home so that you can create within it, and that you're making this like beautiful, beautiful environment. And again, it could be male, female, take it how it resonates. Like you could be the male in this situation, and it could be another male who's coming in, or it could be female, female, like just, you know, apply it to your life. Yeah. So like I said, you're creating probably a business of some kind, or a creation, or just something you're putting out into the world, and you're kind of watching really calmly how it's going to be received. You're really not worried about if people are going to like it or not. Yeah, you're like, I don't really care about the worldly reaction to what I create. I'm just gonna make it, and if people don't like it, too bad, because I'm really happy with myself for doing it. And you have the support of this masculine, this divine masculine energy, and that's all the support you need or care about. It seems to be that like you've turned your back on like the care that you would have given before to everybody else in your life. Like, you don't care if your family approves, you don't care if your friends approve. I mean, you still love them and you want them to be happy for you, but if they're not, you're like, whatever. As long as I am good with this and I have the support of this Emperor, which he's there, he's very solid. He's showing up now in various places, and I think that this person is like your divine counterpart. I'm just getting very strongly that you know, because you might come and go through different energies, but you in this year are in your ultimate beautiful divine feminine, and your counterpart is in his like ultimate divine masculine role, and that's why I'm getting a lot of creation and pregnancy, or you're both creating a business together, and this person might be financing you, or you could be almost like, because you have the financial and emotional support of this divine masculine, you're able to create safely. So if you're an artist, it's like you have a patron who is going to make sure that you have the freedom to create what you want because they love your art or they love your music, and they're like so supportive of you that you're able to do that. It could be like an older male is coming in. It could even be a grandfather who's saying like, hey, I know you've always wanted to follow this career path and become an artist, and you never could because you pursued this other business, and I see what you're trying to do, and so I'm gonna help you through your first year of creation, of making art. So it could also be a situation like that. Really interesting here, but I see that you're really like walking away from traditional means of measuring success. So that's really cool. Okay, for your last kind of energy or gift of the year, we have your social status or employment. It's kind of what I was intending for this last card. So this is your angelic protection. So this is from the Angel Oracle, and this is a really, really, really beautiful card. Again, I'm getting super divine masculine protector shield. It's kind of a shield around your heart with like the sword energy here. Not that there's anything to be afraid of, but you know, whoever this is kind of keeping the wolves at bay. And that's not really a term that I use often, so that could mean something to you. You're aligning, because of this protection, you're able to align with your actions and intentions, and you could also be doing something in the tech industry, but creative in the tech industry, or the person who this divine masculine is in the tech industry and they're very wealthy or something like that, and that's why they're able to do all this, like this support for you, or they just do something in the tech industry and they have a really safe and secure job, so it leaves them able, or lets the people in their lives who they support to be able to take risks. Like you might be able to now quit your job because their job is so stable and reliable. I'm also getting that the hardest part of building your skill or career has passed. Like you're protected, like you're within the shield of like your angels and spirit guides, because they've seen what you're trying to create, that you've committed yourself to it, to become a master at it. And even though I'm feeling like, even though you're not really sure what's coming next, because you're still in this energy of a huge amount of potential and you haven't really narrowed it down yet of what you're going to be doing, you're protected in that. Like you're safe in that. There's no rush to choose. There's no rush right now, and you just need to know that you're protected, and whatever is meant for you to come next is going to come next. You have you're clear sailing. The path is cleared for you, and you're safe. You're safe. I mean, that's a really basic message here with angel protection. It's just that you're safe and your spirit guides are with you, and I think you just need to, if you ever feel like you need a reminder that you're protected, just ask them for one, and they will send you a message. Just tell them, please send me a sign that you're with me, that I'm going to understand, so that you know, and you're guaranteed, and you can like drop the shield, because there is a shield around you. You can let people in, and through that angelic protection, that might be where you're feeling safe enough to open up your heart to meet somebody new. That could be where this divine masculine is coming in. Your archangels and your angels are guiding that person to your life, or allowing you to be in the energy, the feminine, the receiving energy, that allows a divine masculine to come into your life, if that is what you're looking for. I'll pull a card on this one as well. See if we can get a little bit of thank you, angels and spirit guides, for being here and providing a pile one with clarity on their social status and employment opportunities. So I'm seeing here that you're kind of like at the top of your game as well. Like there's no way you're going to fall right now. So the Lovers reversed. So you may be making a clear decision. It's now safe to make a decision and bring in this new energy into your life. I am kind of picking up so we have the 8 of Cups twice. Okay, so the Lovers reversed in this deck, I often, well, not just reversed, even like upright, I often get like a past loved one with this card. Just often feel that there's like a, you know, an angel here, someone who was once with you on earth and now they've passed and they're guiding you. I think that you're actually, you know, with this 8 of Cups again, it's like this energy of turning away from the traditional, turning away from what you thought you were going to be doing, going within and taking the time to discover what it is that you want to do. And during that time, you're protected. Like you have the safety net to be able to do that, which is a great gift. A lot of people don't have the time, energy, or I guess financial safety net in order to quit their job and go try something new. And you might be at this perfect point in your life where you're able to do that, and this angel or your spirit guides or this passed down loved one is directing you towards that, and they're trying to tell you that it is safe to go inward. And that's the message that I'm getting here from your spirit guides, is that they're asking you to go in to seek out what it is in your heart that you desire, like deep down in your core. Where is it that you need to find inspiration and find your creative calling and move into that energy so that you can manifest, so that you can receive, so that you can bring in this divine masculine. And it may be that this divine masculine is someone who is passed and watching down on you. It could be like a father or a grandfather or even any other person who has passed on, but that they're watching you and looking over you. Or it could be someone who's actually coming in. So please take that how it resonates for you in your life. But you're protected. You're going to be receiving. It's going to be an incredibly abundant year. You're going to be healing and opening up this heart chakra, which leads you down the path of infinite possibilities, that you're protected to go inward in order to figure out what it is that you want to create and what you want to bring into your life and what you want to manifest, because you want to be very clear about what it is that you are manifesting so that you can align your intentions and your actions with what it is that you're trying to manifest. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading here. I hope that this provided you with some clarity about the energies that are coming in for you in 2024, and that you were able to receive some messages here from your spirit guides, passed down loved ones, or angels. So I hope that you found something you liked here. If you're still watching the video, please give it a like. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. If not, I'll catch you in another one. Take care. Bye now. Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your 2024 reading. We're going to be looking at messages from your spirit guides, angels, or any other kind of sign synchronicities or messages that want to come through for you this year in this reading. We aren't really going to be looking at exactly what's happening through the calendar year. It's more of just energies that are coming through the people, events, manifestations, and gifts that are coming your way in this year. So I did pull a signifier card for each group. You can go to the beginning of the video and watch the intro and the shuffling of the cards, or you can skip through all of that. It's just me shuffling. It's not really that interesting. But for your pile, we got the Faerie of Naughtiness with number 37 breaking down to a 10 or a 1. So with this Faerie, I'm just picking up the energy of you're developing, or this year is going to be a very playful, joyful year for you. There's a lot of new experiences you're going to be having, and it may be bringing in a new perspective. So I'm getting with this. She's very cute, but it's this card is about mischief and lightness, and it's not that I'm getting that there's going to be a lot of mischief happening in your year, but I'm feeling a lot of joy and light and purity, like a sense of childlike wonder. So you may be having a lot of new experiences. You might be traveling, you might be meeting a new friend group, or you're starting a new job, or something new, but something that you're really, really, really enjoying. So whatever this new thing is, I'm kind of feeling like it's like a person when they're still a child, but right before they become an adult, and they're still kind of very fascinated or enthralled with the new things they can do now that they're an adult, but they still have that childlike perspective, if that makes sense. You're you're starting to have fun with things, and once you start to have fun with things, it goes smoothly. So if you enter something or start a project with the feeling like it's going to be a big struggle, or it's going to be hard for you to do, then it probably will be hard to do. But if you go into it with an energy of like, this is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to experiment, and we're going to try different things with this, I think you'll see that a lot of opportunities open up, and you can have a lot of fun in those endeavors. So this is your overall energy. There's a couple of other cards. I'm just going to get this charcoal lit here so we can have a little bit more incense burning as we go through the reading. So I'll put this over here. Oh, there we go. Okay, and so your other cards for the energies of this year are, we have loss, which is reversed, and this is your personal power. So we're gonna look at those a little bit more closely. I'm just gonna bring out all the cards. This is your manifestations. So you have guardian angel, you are not alone. And your giving, receiving energy, you have rhodiola, number 37 again. So breaking down to a 10 or a 1 with wisdom. Again, okay, so another energy I was picking up on here was the magician with this card, kind of like alchemy. So you're transmuting a lot of energy maybe this year. You might be taking some heavier experiences, and you might be the person who's turning it around and making it fun. So you could be that person who is really good at making heavier situations feel lighter. You might be kind of like the class clown, or like somebody who is really good at making other people feel better through your lighthearted energy. And it's not that, like, you're very good at recognizing when something is a difficult situation or a heavy situation, and your lightheartedness doesn't disrespect that. It somehow adds a layer of like I don't want to say that you have dark humor, but people who are able to understand that life isn't all fun and games, but can still make light of the darkness in a way that doesn't make anyone else feel disrespected or unseen or unheard, if that makes sense. That just came through. So in your position for social status and employment, we have power and intention. So that's a really strong card. Just like pile 1, I'm getting like divine masculine energy. This is like a lot of, well, power. Yeah, a lot of power, strength and ability, solar chakra energy, so self-worth and self-love. I'm going to look more into that. And then for your karmic portal, we have the soul star activation. sorry, you probably can't see that properly, I'm moving it around a lot. So your soul star is, it's a chakra that's not within the body. It's usually about 15 to 30 centimeters above the head. It says fulfilling soul contracts and remembering who you are. So again, you could be closing out some karmic contracts at the beginning of the year or throughout this year, and remembering your power. So it says remembering who you are, but like with the power and intention and wisdom and guardian angel, like you're remembering that you're the alchemist, that you're the magician, that you have the power to create your own reality. So I think that in this year you are making the choice to be joyful and content and happy and lighthearted, and remembering that you have the ability to do that. Like the energy that you want to see in the world and that you want to see around you is what you create. It's all about you. And you know, it's not being self-centered. It's literally just saying that you have the power to create what's around you, and to bring the energy that you want into a situation. And you're able to do that. You're channeling divinity, you're channeling your higher self. I'm getting a lot of higher self energy with this soul star activation. So kind of who you essentially are. The higher self to me is like the kernel of yourself that exists on all dimensions, in all planes, in every single life that you've lived. It's you now, it's you in the past, it's you in the future, and it contains all of that information, all of those life lessons that you have or that you are learning. And if you can access that higher self, you have access to all of that information and those lessons right now. Your higher self is a portal through time. It's proof that, you know, the dimension of time only exists in this third dimension. But if you can access your higher self through meditation or through this accessing this soul star portal, that you can move through time instantaneously, and it's not real. It's real in the sense that it affects us in this dimension, but it's not a law that exists on every dimension. It behaves differently, is what I'm trying to say. So there might be something about time here, about you stepping through portals and realizing that, like, instead of working slowly through all of these lessons, that you're going to be able to access a new energetic portal where you can quantum leap through life lessons. So that came through pretty strong. So whoever that was for, if that makes sense to you, it might make sense in the future. So yeah, we'll see what other messages are coming through here. I'm getting a lot of like heavy angel, divine messages. You might be getting like there's a lot of purity too, like with the white that I'm seeing, the white color of this fairy, the white feather, the white unicorn, and the white hair on this man. And you know, let's just realize that, like, it's just a color. It doesn't really mean anything, but it does symbolize purity and divinity. And I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities this year that confirm things that you already know, and that this youthfulness and this purity, and almost like you're reverse aging. So it doesn't matter how old you are. You could be here in you know, your early 20s or your late 50s or 70s or 40s or whatever. You're almost like reversing your aging process this year, and people are going to be astounded by how young you look, and how healthy you look. It could be that you're changing your diet, or that you're adding different herbs and spices or something to your diet that's giving you more nutrients and healthy glow from within, because you can do all you want externally and do all of the superficial like treatments that you want to do, and sometimes those are really great, but if you want to have a healthy glow, it's all about diet and exercise, and what you know, getting enough rest and not drinking caffeine and having enough water, and all of these things that are kind of boring and if you have the, I was going to say they're easy to do, but they're not easy to do if you don't have access to clean water or to healthy food. So it does depend on where you are in the world and what your economic status is. And like, you know, organic foods are often more expensive depending on where you are. Again, often more expensive than processed foods. So it's not always easier. You might be putting a lot of like intent behind getting healthy and putting money into doing that. And it may have been after you had a health scare. So take that as it resonates. Again, take every message that comes as it resonates, because I might be using words like man, woman, male, female, whatever. And that's just language, but it's not necessarily meant to be specific. So like, take it as it resonates. If you're taking this reading as a masculine or as a male or as a non-binary person, like, just replace the pronouns with the ones that make sense to you, and vice versa. And you might be watching for somebody else, so it's all just energy. Okay, so going to your personal power, we have lost reverse. So I feel like something that you have lost, or that you will lose at the beginning of the year, or what you have lost in the past is coming back to you at the beginning of the year. Like, this is energy of, you're not losing something. You've done your grieving over something that has been lost. It could have been a person, it could have been a thing. I'm kind of getting that it may have been a relationship, or that it may have been a type of relationship where you felt like this, a lot of love, and after losing it, you thought that you would never feel that again, or you would never get that again from anyone else. But you're realizing that, like, you know, it's as sad and as terrible it was to lose this person. They're with you no matter what, and they might be sending you signs. They might be now like living as your guardian angel. They might send you things like white feathers, or feathers in general, or coins, or rainbows, or, you know, whatever sign it is that you associate with this person, you receive that from them, and it's a reminder to you. But you need to remember that they're going to come and give you signs as long as you want signs, but that you can't cling to those signs, as in, you need to move on. Like, you need to take them and let those signs bring you peace, so that you can move on and look for what it is that you lost, and realize that it can't be replaced exactly, but you can find something else that gives you the same feeling, or fulfills a part of you that you lost. So you could have been coming out of a place of sadness or mourning, or just a limiting belief. Like, it could be that maybe you got divorced, and maybe you're not sad about losing the relationship. Maybe you are, but maybe it was that, like, you lost like your home to the divorce, or you lost access to your children even, or like you have limited access, or like you feel like it changed your friend group or your family dynamic or something like that, and it may have felt like a huge loss here. And take that as it resonates, because it could be any kind of loss. It may have been a death, even in the family, or somebody that you love, or like a grandparent here. And whatever it was that you lost with this person, they're reminding you that, like, the universe is extremely abundant, and there is still love out there. There's still something waiting for you, and that it's time to be done grieving and get back out there. I'm kind of getting like the Four of Swords reversed, like you're done with your rest and recover. You're ready to be to make new joyful connections and achieve great things and meet new people. And it might not be that you're meeting anyone serious right now. You might be having like some fun situations where, you know, you're just learning how to get back out there again and have fun with somebody. So you're also, with this, you're attracting to you the version of the thing that you need the most. So what you lost, it's because that energy in your life was done. And you're meant to attract something new in its place. And it may be very different, it may be very similar, but it's never going to be exactly the same, because you need a new, fresh energy coming in here. It could also be that you're like, I just got for somebody, it could be that you're winning something. Like it could be a win, like a big, like a sweepstakes or like a lottery or like a car or a trip or something like that. So that's just for somebody, and I hope that's for a lot of people, because that's really nice if that happens. So anyways, sorry, this energy has me really hyper, the energy of your reading. Okay, I need to ground myself here. So I think with this, you're going to be learning how to honor the past and learn from it. You know, you're going to be honoring the person or the thing that you've lost, and you know, moving on from what it was, and being grateful for what the future brings. So if you haven't really received anything, or you're feeling like you've only lost and you're not able to manifest this thing, try being grateful for what you have, what you did have in the past, and what you have now, and being grateful to the universe for being abundant, and knowing that whatever you desire will come to you. It might not be in the version that you imagine, it might not be exactly what you lost, but it's going to be what you need. So I think I'm gonna pull a couple of cards here for this loss in reverse. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, for providing pile 2 with information regarding this, this energy of loss in reverse. Yeah, so you may have felt that you lost your 10 of Cups. Again, it could have been a divorce that you're recovering from, and you're just getting back out there into the dating world, or you're moving away from somebody. Yeah, you may have lost a significant family member here, and I'm really sorry if that is the case. I mean, that's a lot of people suffer from loss, and it's inevitable in life, but it doesn't make it any easier. Excuse me, I just need a drink of water. So I think whatever this loss is, it was definitely extremely difficult, and you may have had to move. You may have lost your home. You may have lost a family member. You may have had a divorce. You may have had you know, very hurtful thing happen. It was in the past. I don't see this happening like this year. This is what did happen, and what's leading to this energy of you opening up to the new possibilities. This is not something that's going to be happening in your this is very much like past energy, but it is what influenced this year of you reconnecting to your joy and finding something that speaks to you, that gets you excited again for life, that brings you, like I've been saying, this unbridled joy, this contentment, feeling unburdened again. It might have been something that you haven't felt in a long time, so that's coming in really strong here, is unburdening yourself, maybe going to some therapy also, in order to help you with that journey to becoming grateful again for what you do have, and not focusing on what you lost in the past. So okay, moving on from this energy here, we're going to be going into what you're manifesting, and we got guardian angel. You're not alone. So it could be that you're manifesting like exactly what this is, your guardian angel. You're finally receiving more communication that you've wanted, or maybe you were too afraid to seek out, or you're finding new love. You could be finding the strength within yourself to try new things. and feeling like you have the protection there to go out and do that. You could, you know, going back to this loss energy, it could be that the person that you lost is communicating with you, and letting you know that they're with you and they're protecting you and they love you endlessly, and they're now your, you know, they were your angel on earth and now they're your angel in heaven. So that message was specifically for somebody. That may have been something that was said to you closer to the end of somebody's life, or something that like resonates with you, but they are here and they do love you, and they're trying to communicate with you and develop a stronger connection with you. They're telling me that your loneliness is coming to an end. Like there's someone new coming into your life. It's not just them who are going to be in your energy. There's somebody else coming towards you, and you're developing more of an ability to commune with your spirit guides and developing an intuitive and psychic ability here. And I'm getting what's this, like the sun and the moon and the stars. Like, even though this is an eye, I don't know, you're connecting to your what is this? This is like triangulation. Like you're tuning into new energy, to new guidance, to new what is that? Like a new level of intuition, or a new way of connecting. Like you may have always had dreams, but now you're starting to have like clairvoyance or clairaudience, and like you're hearing your spirit guides. They're being more obvious with their signs, and you're surrendering to their help and to their signs, and just kind of taking a step back and allowing them to be there for you, and to show you their love and to show you the way. I'm going to take some cards here for this, just to clarify a little bit more. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for being here today and providing clarity for pile 2 on this guardian angel. So we have the 6 of Swords again. We got a six of Swords for clarifying in the lost position. So I am feeling like you did lose something, or you left something behind. You may have been divorced, you may have left your partner and taken the kids, and you didn't have anything with you or something. Like you left without your things or without material possessions, but you're moving towards something like that's way more positive here. Like what you're leaving behind was very difficult energy, and you're going towards something that's like a fresh energy, and you're getting really, really significant communication from your spirit guides about where to go. Like you might feel like you're a little bit lost and you're not sure what the next step is, but I'm getting here this energy of like trust. Have like a deep trust in your spirit guides, because they're sending you messages all the time and they're giving you guidance on where to go next, and you just need to listen. Just talk to them, ask them, what is it? Like sit there in meditation and maybe say like, can you please come to me in a dream and tell me very clearly what it is I need to do next, or please come on in a song on a radio and send me a message, or send me, like, tell them how you want to communicate, because they're listening to you. You're not alone. They're guiding you. Like this woman and child are being guided across the river. They're being protected by somebody. This isn't the person who they were with. This is a guide. It's somebody who's guiding them across the river. Probably picked them up at one side and will drop them off at another, even though they're going to always be with them. They're particularly here, this spirit guide or this guardian or this person, could be someone in real life, is actually here with you during this journey, and it's safe for you. You're okay. You're going to be okay. It might not feel okay, but you're going to be okay. So I'm getting a lot of bird energy too with this Knight of Swords, and they're coming in with really clear and fast messages. So just please be open to that, because they're trying to get across to you some message here I'm really curious about what the message is about. I think it could just be that, like, you're going to be okay. Ultimately, you're going to be okay. Let me just take just one more tarot card, please, Spirit, to clarify what messages are trying to come through. We may have already clarified that enough, but if you have another message. 8 of Cups. So turn inwards, trust your intuition. Don't listen to what, like, the advice of, like, outside people. You may need to walk away from some connections at this moment who might not be giving you the best advice, and you know it, but you take the advice because they're familiar, because you think that, like, they have your best interest at heart, and they probably do. Like, they probably think they have your best interest at heart, but it's just not the right advice right now. And so you need to turn inwards and go towards your spirit guides, and really trust the universe has your back right now. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this message is that they're trying to send you. Please take what resonates. There may have been something else here that you are like, yep, that was the message, got it, very clear. I'm gonna move on to the next cards, and we might get more clarity on that. But yeah, they're definitely here supporting you, so that's extremely clear. So for your next card, we have your giving and receiving energy, and we have rhodiola, wisdom, breaking down to number 1 here with 37. 37 might be a significant number for you, or 1010, or 1111. With the unicorn, obviously getting a lot of magic, intuition, clarity, purity. You're mastering a skill. You have a very, very clear mind. So maybe that's exactly what you're receiving this year, is clarity, wisdom, knowing and trusting in yourself, because you've had a lot of guidance, and it's taken you out of this rough water, out of these rough patches, into a new era where you can sit with yourself, and you are coming back into your own power and wisdom, and realizing that, like, just because you made one mistake doesn't mean that you're unintelligent. It doesn't mean that you are always going to make mistakes. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It means you're human, and you're here having a human experience, and you're having necessary experiences which are going to bring you to a higher place of wisdom. And yeah, I think that that's what, you know, this message is for. Is it's just, there's a lot of intuitive power here that you possess, and you may have not trusted yourself in the recent past, or for some time, because of some situations that could have happened that may have led you to think that that you're not a wise person, or maybe someone told you that because you did make a mistake. And it's really unfortunate that anyone would say that to you, because that's life. And anyone who pretends that they haven't made a mistake, or, you know what, some people are lucky, quote unquote lucky, that they haven't had really, really harsh lessons yet in life, and they just think that they're something special because they haven't had that. But you know what, the people who have the hardest lessons in this world are the people who are the strongest, and who have been put through the ringer because they have the most to learn in this life. And you're speeding through your karma, which brings you closer and faster to manifesting your highest good, your highest self. And I think in this lifetime, you have kind of sped through a lot of karmic lessons, and you're activating like a really, really higher version of yourself that's coming back to the soul star activation. And this rhodiola, like, I'm getting with the unicorn and this soul star activation, like, really because the unicorn is, for me, often associated with the third eye, but now I'm kind of like looking at it and thinking, well, like, it could be more even associated, especially in this reading, with the soul star activation, because the tip of the unicorn's horn is, you know, above its head. It's like outside of it, and you might be accessing this information that's coming from a higher version of yourself, or from a spirit guide here. And yeah, coming into your own power this year, coming into your own wisdom, and learning how to trust your intuition and trust yourself, because you have a lot to bring to the world, a lot of beautiful wisdom, and you might be coming into a position where you're able to help other people out of it. Like I was getting with this Faerie of Naughtiness, like you're able to take your dark experiences and kind of make light of it and make a humorous jest over it, which a lot of people maybe struggle with, but to me that's the sign of like true healing. So we have the Nine of Wands here. Excuse me. Nine of Wands. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing pile 2 with clarity. That's, well, we can take those. Yeah, so you may have had a really difficult relationship in the past, like a really difficult love relationship. It may even be family, but I'm getting romance here, at least right now. And it put a lot of doubt in your mind about if you're able to properly judge people. Like, am I able to pick up if this guy has, or this girl or this person has red flags? Like, and you may have thought that because you went through so many like difficult instances or difficult relationships, that you're just bad at seeing people's red flags. And I don't think that that's the case. I think that a lot of people who are, excuse my language, but a lot of shitty people are really good at hiding who they truly are and not being authentic. And people like who are very trusting and pure, who have like a pure soul and a pure heart, and they could never imagine that someone would do these narcissistic things to them, or they would never imagine that they could meet someone so horrible, and then they get out in the world and they meet a lot of bad people and are very you become very disillusioned. And I'm kind of sensing here that like you were a very innocent, pure person who saw only the good in people, and that was greatly taken advantage of. And through this pain that you've suffered in the past, you came to doubt your own heart. You came to doubt your own intuition about people, because you were wrong in the past and because people tricked you, right? Like because people showed you a good side of themselves when really that was like just a tiny portion. The rest of them was like rotten, you know. Not to say that they can't ever change or become better people, but like, you know, they certainly didn't give you their good side once you got to know them, and you were like trapped in this relationship, right? This narcissistic relationship, or this breadcrumbing where they're giving you a little bit of love and then withdrawing it, and you're like chasing after it. Anyways, that may or may not resonate with you if you're in something like that, but it could have been an abusive relationship, narcissistic relationship, and it took you a long time to realize what was happening and that it was never going to be good again. And so when you finally left, you really doubted yourself, and it was really hard for you to open up to love again because you just didn't trust anybody, which is totally understandable. But now you're I see here that like you're coming back into who you were. You're finding that kernel of yourself that you thought you lost, that pure kind of innocence that may have, for whatever reason, you may have lost that innocence, and or felt like you lost that innocence, because you never truly do. But you had that feeling, and it was very, very sad for you, and you're coming back into that. You're coming back into your inner child, learning how to play again, how to have pure connections again with people. And I just see here that part of that healing is going to be your spirit guides. They're so with, like, this year they're walking hand in hand with you, from one point of healing to your recovery to all of these gifts are going to be coming into you. Once you heal from all of these wounds, they're going to be coming into you. And I see that you're healing because you have this energy of being able to laugh at the darkness and prove that it doesn't have any power over you anymore, and that's showing that you're truly healed. So I see here that you're healing, you're coming into your strength and your wisdom, but you're getting back to that innocence and purity, if that makes sense, of like that childlike purity and wonder and ability to laugh, even though it may be from like a dark point of view at this point, but aren't we all there? Okay, so your last manifestation or gift or blessing of 2024 is power and intention. And I was kind of making this fourth card represent your social status or employment, and so for you, this could be speaking to like leveling up in your business or in your position. So it could be a promotion, a successful startup, a clear path towards entrepreneurial endeavors. It's kind of like Emperor energy again. Like I was saying, I think I was saying that in pile 1 there was a very similar energy with angelic protection. There was this like strong divine masculine energy, and this could be the person who's either like passed on, who's looking over you, or this could be the energy that you're coming into, or an energy that you're calling into your life. So you might be a divine feminine calling in the divine masculine, and this is that energy, or you are learning how to embody this energy and stepping it up in your career. And to me, this is just someone who is magnified money. So all this gold energy, this solar plexus energy is really abundant energy, but I'm getting a lot of material abundance. So through this career success, you're kind of through this like Emperor energy, like it's power but without the ego. Like there's nothing that you're trying to prove. You simply are powerful. You simply embody that. And people don't really mess with that energy, which is, you know, really lovely thing here. Like it's just you're getting everything you want. You attract it to you, and what you ask for you get. So again, speak to your spirit guides, ask your spirit guides and angels to come through for you. I just get you need to be very clear about what it is that you want. If it is that you're like asking for a raise or for a promotion, you are going to get it. And always remember to, and it goes back to the ego thing, like if you're in a managing position, like manage from a loving place and with compassion. And I see here that like you're doing that because you're a person who really understands what people go through and what people have gone through. Because you've been there, you have this compassion. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're a pushover, that you're silly, or that you just take excuses all day long, but you definitely understand people. And so I see that anyone who works for you or any employee you have really respects you, because you can speak to them on their level. Like you can come at them and understand them from I guess like almost any position. Even if you haven't gone through it, you simply have such a compassionate heart, and understanding and wisdom and strength here that people really respect you on so many levels. And yeah, so the Hierophant, in whatever institution you work in, like whether you work in a bank or a business, or you own your own business, or you work in a kind of a formal career, I see here that people are really respecting you. The King of Wands, yeah, you are like, it's like this kingly energy. People come to you for advice. People are coming to you. They're seeing that, like, whether they know you and whether they, like, I'm not even getting that people have to know what you went through. They simply see you and know that, like, you're an extremely wise person, but you also have a playful heart. Like you can joke and you don't take things too seriously, and people really love that. They love your energy. They come to you for advice. People seek you out for the advice that you can provide to them, because you emanate a lot of wisdom and compassion. You're a very well-rounded individual, and I'm seeing that, like, I'm getting a little bit more masculine energy for this group. Like, you're in your divine masculine energy. So take that how that resonates and what that means for you. Yeah, so like the Four of Swords, it's to the side, the Hermit. So this might be coming out of like, this is you coming out of a period of reflection, meditation. You were maybe grieving, like we said here, there may have been a loss or a divorce or something like this, and you are done meditating, you're done grieving, you're done you're done taking yourself away from society. You're ready to re-enter society and become this person, or you are this person, and you're coming more into this power because you're not contemplating as much anymore about the loss that you had. It's something that is really, it's integrated inside of you now to a point where like you don't have to think about it every day. It's not something that's like at the forefront of your mind. It's become a part of you, but not like in a toxic or unhealthy way. It's become a part of you in a sense where you're now just like much more wiser and knowledgeable because you've gone through these experiences. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty much going to leave the reading here. I think a lot of these messages were really clear. I hope that one of these messages from your spirit guides, angels, or guardians resonated with you. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you'd like to see more like this, please subscribe, and if not, perhaps I'll see you in a future reading. Thank you again for being here. Take care. Bye now. Hi there, Pile 3. Welcome to your 2024 reading, messages from your spirit guides. Now, these messages are going to be from your spirit guides, archangels, or any other being, spirit that would like to deliver you messages through me. I did pull, like I pre-shuffled, and you can go to the beginning of the video and watch that shuffling process. It's just me shuffling, so it's a little boring. For your signifier card, I pulled the Messenger. This is from the Faerie Oracle deck. It's a really cute card. It's supposed to be a mischievous energy, the Messenger, but for me, I'm getting more of like Hermes or Mercurial energy with communication, maybe Gemini energy. We do have the 16 here breaking down to a 7. So this is very spiritual energy. You might be receiving a lot of fast-moving communication at the moment. You might be in a lot of groups or involved in gossip. Hopefully not. I mean, it's never really nice to be, especially the topic of gossip, but it's never really nice to be involved in gossip anyways. This could also just be that you're receiving new information this year. This year could be, 2024 can be a year where you're going in new directions because you're getting new information, and this information can be coming from any direction. I'm going to get more into the energy with the other oracle cards that I pulled for you here. I'm just going to set this here and we'll get into clarifying this message, but once we look at the other cards. So for your personal power, I actually got 2 cards for you from the Quantum Oracle. So we'll take a look at those. It's just 2 wanted to come out, and I really didn't want to stop. The second one that came out was this optimism, so that's nice. I'm glad I took that. That's going to help clarify a little bit about what is behind the mask. So for what you're manifesting, the energy that you're in is autumn. Release the old and reset. Or sorry, release the old and rest. So rest, reset. And then for your giving, receiving energy, you have mugwort, psychic healing, 10 breaking down to 1. So that's kind of like the magician energy, wisdom, power. We're getting a lot of 1s in all of the readings. So obviously there's like a very magical or alchemical message that's wanting to come through for all of the groups. For your next energy, for your social status and employment, we do have the Angel Oracle of Romance and Connection. So that'll be interesting to get into. I'm getting like a lot of heart chakra energy here, or solar plexus, just with the coloring. This could be new connections, like it doesn't have to be romantic. It very well could be, but it doesn't have to be. And then for your last card, for your karmic portal, you have the Holy Grail here, which is a really, really, really pretty card. And it says inner discovery, finding sacredness, and you are what you seek. So yeah, I'm like, I guess this energy that I'm picking up here from this card is that you're receiving divine information, divine inspiration, divine communication. That the divine is filling up your heart. It's filling up your heart chakra. It's filling up all of your chakras. It's filling you up. And I think there's going to be a lot of fast-moving energy in this 2024 year for you. So things could be changing rapidly. You could be changing rapidly. How you feel about your life could be changing. How you feel about the people within it could be changing. I'm also getting a lot of interruptions. So like a lot of false starts, and that could have been energy that you had in the past, or that you're currently in right now, that you're going to be moving out of, until like you're in this energy of like false starting because you're aligning with what it is that you're supposed to do, and until you've found what it is, like, and you're kind of just starting into like this energy, and it's like, nope, that's not the right thing. The next thing, this Rolodex of experiences that are happening for you. I don't know if that's resonating with you, but I'm kind of feeling that with the energy from this reading. I'm feeling that this reading for this group is very different than piles 1 and 2. It's feeling different from the start. I had a lot of like interruptions during the reading, so I'm thinking that there's obviously really important messages here, because sometimes it gets hard to communicate certain messages when it's almost like I needed more time. It was stopping me, because it's like, you need more time to understand this. You need more, you need to get into a different mindset right now to be able to interpret this reading, because it's so different than the other ones. So yeah, also there's a lot of like bird energy here, flying energy. So you might feel connection to birds, or there might be, again, it's giving me communication, insight, wisdom, foresight. So you might be getting in touch with your third eye, with your psychic abilities, and using those to guide you. And maybe sometimes the insight is delayed, and so it's giving you these false starts that I'm picking up on. But so going into your personal power cards, the first one is behind a mask. So this could be, again, getting communication, truths being revealed, the actual truth of what a situation is being revealed. Either that, or people, their intentions are being revealed, good or bad. I think that simply knowing the truth is the best thing. Whether, you know, the truth to you is good or it's bad, it's all relative, because the truth is the truth. There is one essential truth, and there's many different perspectives to view that truth from, but it is still essentially one truth. And so I think here that you're getting to the kernel of what is behind your experiences, or the people who you've been surrounded by, and you're letting go of like rigorous like beauty standards here. I'm getting a lot of like self-love and acceptance too, just with like behind the mask. Like you're kind of removing the mask and you're accepting yourself, and you're not doing as much to put a face on for the world. So that could be that you're giving up makeup, or you're not going to change your hair to suit a certain type of people. Like you're gonna have your hair natural, or you're just being more natural in general, and it could apply to any sort of beauty standard, or it could be that you're eating healthier. Yeah, with this like optimism card I'm just picking up here, like there's a lot of like fruits and vegetables and stuff like growing along. I guess it's just fruits, but you know, there's a lot of food here, and I'm just picking up that it could be that you're maybe trying to, you know, if you have acne or if you have some sort of skin condition, could be eczema or psoriasis or something like that, like you're trying to make your gut healthy in order to heal your skin. The two are very connected. So you could be getting into not natural health, or maybe eating all organic or all raw, like, you know what I mean, like all these different diets that you can do, and it's just finding the one that's right for you. So remember that just because something worked for somebody else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, and it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It just means that something else is meant for you. And going back to those false starts again, it could be that you are getting onto a diet and it's going fairly well for you, but then, you know, after a month or two, it's just not giving the impact that it had, and that's pretty normal. So you might be trying something else and moving on to trying different things like that. Because you're going to be more natural, you're attracting people and things to you that align with you. And you know, when you have a mask on, people might be attracted to the mask, but then when you show your true self, they're like, oh, that's not for me. And that's okay. You know, we shouldn't be ashamed that when people see our true selves, they don't like it. It's our fault for not showing them the real thing to begin with. And that's from insecurities, and it's okay to be insecure, but learning that, like, you know, when you meet someone and you're wearing a mask and then you get upset with them that when you take the mask off they don't like what they see, well, you need to start meeting people with the mask off. And so when you attract people in those situations, they actually do like you for who you are because they met the real you. And of course, no one really knows you all the way when they first meet you, but if you are essentially you and you are essentially yourself and expressing yourself and showing who you truly are and your natural beauty, of whether that's your character, your physical beauty, or whatever it may be, I think that you're going to be happier with the people and the things that you attract to yourself when you are being more yourself and you're being more natural. And you know, that might cause you to lose some people. Like taking this mask off might cause you to lose people, and that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with them because they're like, oh, you're not the person I thought you were? Okay, I'm gonna go this way. And you're like, yeah, but I'm better. Well, if they can't see that, that's their own problem, right? And it's okay. It's completely okay, because you're going to find people who actually love you for who you are. You're going to feel so good and so amazing when you start being yourself and attracting to yourself the things that are real, the things that really, really matter to you and that feel good and accept you and love you and you belong to something. Yeah, I think once you do that, you're going to feel this like newfound optimism in life, like, you know, living your natural life, like, you know, with your natural hair, your natural nails, your natural skin, your natural body, being softer, being more open. You know, you're calling to yourself that which aligns with you. Your love life is going to open up. You know, you might, like I was saying, if you lose somebody because you show them who you truly are and they're not a big fan, that's okay, because what is meant for you is going to come for you and it's not going to pass you by, and you're going to see drastic changes. And with change comes letting go of certain energies, and that can be hard, but I see here wonderful changes. Optimism is such a beautiful card. It's looking forward to the future, having a lot of hope and belief, becoming, like, you're becoming the person you want to be. You're becoming a person you're proud of, and you're feeling really, really, really satisfied in yourself. And that's way better than any sort of, you know, fake material success can bring you. And I'm just getting with this, you're having a huge attitude shift about what matters to you and about how you want to be viewed in the world and how you want to be judged. I mean, like, you might not have children, but if you do, you could be kind of thinking to yourself, like, how do I want my kids to see me? Like, now that they're getting older and they're starting to understand the world a little bit more, how do I want them to see me, and how do I want them to be in the world? Because you are their role model and you're becoming the best version of yourself for them. It could be for them, it could be for you, it could be for somebody else, but I see here you're doing it for yourself, but it's having an amazing impact on everyone around you. I'm going to pull a couple of cards here to clarify that message. It came through pretty clear, but let's just take a moment here. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing pile 3 with clarity on oh wow, okay, so justice with your personal power, the 4 of Wands, and death reversed. So I'm just getting here that you're understanding something very profound about yourself, and maybe about yourself in relation to other people, and it doesn't have to necessarily be family, it could be friends, it could be society at large, and you are making a decision here to become a new person. You're finding your path, you're finding a stable path for yourself. You're cutting it. I'm getting like someone chiseling into rock, like you're really forming yourself. And the person you were before, it's not that you were like fake or anything, it's just that was a phase you needed to go through to get to where you are today. So never feel bad for who you once were, even if it's somebody that you weren't overly like proud of, but that person and that version of you brought you to where you are today, and you're fine-tuning yourself. You're like becoming like a fine aged wine, and you know, you might be older, you might be younger here, but you're fine-tuning something about yourself. It doesn't have to be looks, it can be your attitude and your outlook on life, and your compassion and your kindness, and you're having a major transformation. And it's all about having this major glow up that, you know, your friends might, people who you're used to being around might be like, oh, she's like giving up all of these, like getting her nails done and getting her hair done and all this stuff, and you're like, but then there's other people who are looking at like, wow, she's really like such a naturally beautiful person, like that's incredible. And it's because you're dropping the mask and you're dropping these other things. You may have been using them to mask insecurities about yourself, but you have no reason to be insecure, because there's always someone out there who's going to find you beautiful. And I think that being considered beautiful for your natural beauty by 2 people is way more valuable than being considered beautiful by 200 people for beauty that hurts, if you know what I mean by that. I don't want to say that I'm like, you know, against people changing their looks for cosmetic reasons. I think there's a lot of different reasons why people do that, and I'm not here to judge that, and I don't think anyone should be judged on that. And if you've done that in the past, like that was something that you needed to do for yourself at that time to feel better for yourself. But it's way better to be comfortable in who you are, and I think that that's what's happening here, is you're changing your mind about yourself, essentially, and becoming more stable in who you are through this transition. This transition is leading you to greater stability. So that's really nice. That's a really beautiful message here for somebody. And then in your second, like for the second gift or manifestation, this is your manifestation. You have autumn, release the old and rest. So you might be going into a period where you're purging, like I said, if you're, you know, coming out of this like old you into the new you, you might be getting rid of clothes, you might be getting rid of objects, you might be moving to a new house. You could be just doing like a major deep clean over the first few months of the year, trying to get rid of things that no longer serve you and that are really just burdens. You're loosening your tie to these burdens, and you're getting rid of things that are long overdue, which like keeping that stagnant energy in your home or around you is really unhealthy. So like, you know, you might hire someone to do deep clean, you might do a deep clean, you might hire someone to come in and do an energy clearing in your home. Definitely look into that, but be very, you know, picky about who you go to for that. It may also be that you're like shedding old patterns here. I'll show you this card just so you can get a better look. You could be like molting, like, you know, when birds lose their feathers or when trees lose their leaves, like you're shedding old habits, people, things, mindsets, like everything about you is shifting, or a lot of things about you are shifting. Essentially who you are is staying the same, because your essential being is who you are, but you're in getting closer to that essential part of yourself, you're purging the things that do not serve that part of you. So yeah, like moving, clearing out your house, you know, getting rid of objects and clothes and stuff that or like things that are attached to old relationships, that's going to give space for healing. Like energetically, holding on to things like that, it's just not good for you. So you know, getting rid of that is also, it might be opening up space for new things to come to you. So whether that's material objects, or whether that's new experiences or new people, I feel like you know what it is that you're trying to move on from, and that you might not know where you want to move towards, but you're very clear who you need to leave behind, or what you need to leave behind, or the mindset. So I'm also getting with like the crow, something about protecting yourself, like doing energetic clearing. So like, you know, lighting sage or palo santo or copal blanco, like having ceremonies in your house to clear not just your physical space, but also your internal space, like your heart space and your mind, and setting up protections, doing things that make you feel protected in your home and safe and secure, like you have a sanctuary, and making space for new things, like clearing out this old energy so that new fresh energy can come in, and letting go of a bit of control. You might also be getting rid of debt. I just kind of felt that too. You might be paying off old loans and moving on from financial baggage that you had. You might be like paying off a car loan or student loans, or you might be getting a small sum of money that helps you, or a large sum of money that helps you get rid of that burden. So yeah, it's like a renewal on a big level, renewal energy here, but you have to go through the purge before you can renew, if that makes sense. So I'm going to pull some cards here to clarify autumn. Thank you, angels and spirit guides, for providing me pile 3 with clarity on this card, autumn. What is it that they're clearing? How is it that they should be clearing? Why? Any message that you might have. Thank you, angels and spirit guides. Okay, so we have a really beautiful message here. So once you're done clearing, this is what you're making space for. It's the 9 of Cups, the Sun, and the Ace of Wands. So I'm just getting that, like, there's like obviously this huge energy of purging here, but right after, you're attracting to you experiences, but also like material gain. So through this, like you know, if you're getting rid of old stuff, new stuff is coming to you. If you're getting rid of an old relationship, a new relationship is going to be coming for you. Like anything that you are ridding yourself of now that's old, stagnant, and not not in line with your highest good, and you purge with that intention that you're making space for things that are in alignment with your highest good here. I see that coming in, and the Sun is just reiterating whatever is coming in the 9 of Cups, and that it's a blessed situation. It's a blessing. You have a lot of blessings that are waiting for you. Universe is just waiting for you to make space for them. So that's a very significant message here, and I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra energy. So clearing old relationships, of course, but old wounds, old trauma. You know, you might be taking a lot of baths, or doing a lot of energy clearing on yourself, or maybe even going to see someone for that. You could be doing Reiki clearing to make space for these blessings. Do whatever you can to bring this in, because there's really beautiful energy waiting for you. It's just waiting for you to make the move. And then the Ace of Wands here is that this is like again, like inspiration. There's a lot of like orange here, so creativity, creative energy. You could be, once all this path is cleared for you and this energy is cleared for the abundance that's coming in, you're gonna have a spark, an idea come to you that's going to lead you to prosperity. And it's something that it might not be, this might not be like material gain, but it's definitely something to do with work, something to do with your creative energy. I don't know if you're creating art or whatever, but okay, I'm just getting that this is such a positive energy, and I wish I could, I want to pull another card to clarify a little bit more of this Ace of Wands, because I'm nosy and I just want to know more. Let's see here. Let's take one from our, what is this? I think this is the Chakra Oracle. Please clarify the Ace of Wands. Oh, okay. Trickery and victim. So yeah, there's a lot of dragon energy here. So I think that what you're clearing from your heart chakra, because both of these are heart chakra cards, is kind of a victim mentality and your fear of being tricked. Like, you may have been duped in the past, so you have this, you hold a fear of it happening in the future because it's not happening for you now. And when you're able to clear this, I see that you have a lot of strength coming in. Like, you have spirit guides who are waiting here to provide you with abundance, with the idea that will bring you abundance, with the protection to fulfill that dream, to fulfill what it is that's coming in here. And of course it's going to be different for anyone who's watching this. And again, I'm getting that message again, like, you know what it is you need, you know who it is you need to get rid of, you know, like, you know what I'm talking about. And it's impossible for me to guess what it could be for each and every individual who's watching this. And of course I might get certain messages that are more personal to some people than others, and I will often say that if I'm getting a very clear, like, this message is for a very specific person or like a small group of people. But just in general right now, the energy that I'm getting is like something to do with your sacral chakra and your heart chakra. So it could have been a trauma related to those two areas, and take that as it resonates. But as soon as you clear that, like, you have this explosive energy that's just been pent up inside of you, this creative energy that's going to come out, for you here as soon as that old stagnant energy is cleared. Okay, so the next card I have is your giving and receiving energy, and we have Mugwort with psychic healing. This is a Moon and Neptune card. It reminds me of the crone. I mean, we have the crone here with very strong intuitive psychic abilities. The owl, which is like psychic abilities, but also death. Like, the owl means death to me, but not physical death. It's more of like an ego death or spiritual transformation, where you are now entering a period of time that you need to go inwards and really cultivate these abilities within yourself, because you're very, very, very intuitive. And this intuitive gift, or this intuitive knowledge, this ability to like almost see into the future and to see inside of people and to see through situations, is your gift this year. Like, this is what you're really this is what you are cultivating. You've always had this ability, it's always been within you, but you're really working to, and not even working hard, it's literally just happening for you. It's meant for you. It's not going to pass by. You don't have to do anything to deserve this. It's something that you have, and whether you mean to or not, you'll be working on this gift and developing it. And deepening it. So you may be having very prophetic dreams at this time, or viewing other realities, like through this little like portal here. You may be able to see into different timelines, or into people. You might be able to see people's past, or like you might be aware of other people's spirit guides, and you may have always had this energy, but it's developing into something different. So like if you might be developing clairvoyance, foresight, things like that, where you've already had this and it's deepening. You're protected against so mugwort is, it can do both. It can give you clarity, or it can muddy the waters, and it kind of depends on your intention and also the ability of the person who is using this magical root, or this magical herb, right? So but I see here that you're already a person who can see, or that already has clear sight. With this crow coming in here too, you're a person who has always been able to see, and it's just becoming stronger, and you're becoming a little bit more certain about your gifts. I'm seeing here that you're protected against evil spirits and dark energy. You're maybe doing through all this purging and clearing, you're clearing out bad negative energy that people have either sent you or put on objects, or that you kind of didn't notice before and you're noticing now, and you're like, ooh, get this out of here. So like, it's a confirmation that there's old energy that is leaving your life right now. It may have caused you a lot of fear and anxiety and stagnation and illusion, and you didn't know where it was coming from, and you thought it was coming from within you, but it's actually coming from there may have been psychic attacks or some other situation here. It's, you know, I don't want to say for sure that that's what was happening, because I don't know your life, and I don't know, you know, where that could be coming from, but sometimes there's psychic attacks from people who don't even know they're doing it, right? Jealousy, envy, a lot of that energy is something that like everyone feels, but if you're not conscious of it, and you're not controlling it, and you're not getting over that and maturing through it, it's energy that can send it sends a lot of bad energy to other people. So if you're feeling that way towards someone, if you're feeling jealousy or envy or something like that, just please be aware of the type of energy that carries towards the other person, but also back upon yourself, because everything that you put out in the world comes back to you. And so that was obviously a message for somebody. I'm not getting here that a lot of people are feeling that, but just in case you are, that's something that you know, really needs to be healed within you and explored as to why you have such jealous energies, because there is enough abundance in the world for everyone, and when we see somebody else in their abundance, we should be happy for them, and we should feel joy for them, and that will bring you way more abundance, because the universe knows that, like, you understand that just because somebody else has something doesn't mean that you can't have similar things. There is enough for everyone, and getting into that energy of realizing that, you know, just because at this moment it seems like you're lacking compared to somebody else doesn't mean that you actually are, and you're just in a moment of time where things are coming to you, and it might just take a little while. So please have faith in that. Please have faith in yourself that you deserve the best, and that so do other people, and be happy for people too. So I'm going to move on from that, but I have a few more messages that I'm picking up from this card. I think, you know, here you're really getting in contact with like your crown chakra and your third eye. You're channeling a lot of divine energy through the crown. So you could be practicing Reiki, or you may be going and receiving a lot of Reiki. And this person who's helping you, or you helping yourself, you're connecting with your emotional body and your shadow self. And this is really allowing you to get into understanding where this fear and illusion is coming from, and these anxieties, and through that, you're able to heal it through understanding the shadow self. A lot of people think that, oh, I just need to accept the shadow self. Well, acceptance is only one part of working with the shadow self. You want to accept it, but you also want to heal it. You want that shadow self to be brought to the light. And that is what working with the shadow self is all about. It's shedding light on the shadow so that it's not sitting there festering in the dark and getting worse. And you might always be constantly healing from what caused the shadow, and that's okay. But as long as you're always aware of it and conscious of it and knowing about how it affects you and how it affects other people and your relationships. And so I see here that, you know, you're an extremely psychic person, but you need to turn that inwards on yourself and start healing and working through your shadows and taking these massive leaps. And you're going to be, when you do that, you're going to be going through like quantum evolution on a spiritual level. Like your spiritual gifts are skyrocketing this year because you're doing so much work on yourself, so much internal work. And it may be really hard at first, but you're the type of person who, this is not the first time that you've been here. It's not the first time that you've had to do massive spiritual healing and awakening. So this isn't new to you, and it's almost like old hat. You're really, really good at doing this, and it's super important that you do. It's just the next level to your spiritual evolution. You're going to be, you know, really, I think, working in the solar plexus and the sacral chakra just based on the rest of the energy in this reading, but your crown chakra and your third eye energy is very strong. So I think you're going to be channeling a lot of energy through those portals or through those chakras into your body and down into your solar plexus and sacral chakra. So again, I'm getting Reiki, a lot of Reiki healing here. You're also receiving the ability to be a spirit guide or a shaman. You might be actually, the spiritual evolution I'm getting may be a deepening of, you've already done a lot of spiritual cleansing and clearing, and you're becoming a master, you're becoming a teacher, you're becoming an ascended master. That's really rare on earth, but you might be working in the dream world, like as a shaman. You might be going on retreats. Maybe you're doing like ayahuasca retreats or something like that, but maybe you're also, maybe this message is for the shamanic people among us. And it doesn't really matter you know, where you grew up or what culture you come from. I know that there's a lot of talk about cultural appropriation, and when I use the word shaman, I mean that exactly what that is. You walk between worlds. You're a spiritual leader, you're a spiritual guide, and it's just a word. It's a word to describe something that I think resonates with a lot of people, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what language you're speaking in. A lot of people resonate with that, and I think that this message here too could be for the shamans among us, and you're passing from you know, you were kind of a teacher in training to being the teacher, to being the leader, to being the master, and to being the guide here. And with that, you have to lose a lot of ego, because if you enter into that, well, you can't. You simply can't become a true spiritual leader, ascended master, or a shaman with the type of ego that needs to be shed. I don't know the proper word for it, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just seeing here that could be another message for somebody in this group. So for our last I don't think I'm gonna get any clarifying cards on this. I was moving on and I'm like, I don't really feel like I need any more, because there was a lot that came through with just this one card. Yeah, so moving on to your last kind of energy of the year. I did want this card to stand for social status or employment. And we got romance and connection, which is such a really beautiful card. And I think that this could be for some of you that you're connecting with a new romance or a new soulmate in this life. Or it's just proof that you are watched over by angels. You are connected to your spirit guides, and you have a lot of connections to make in this life, and it doesn't have to just be romantic. It could be platonic, it could be familial, it could be so many things, but love is real, and your heart chakra is opening and receiving these new connections. If this is with a lover or a soulmate, it could be that you're getting married this year, or you're deepening your bonds somehow. It could be like renewing your vows, or it could be like I said, getting married or getting engaged, or taking your life together to the next level. Maybe you're moving in together or something like that. But if it's not for romantic love, it could be that you're meeting new colleagues in your work or your career, or you're starting a new career that you absolutely love, and it's really opening up your heart chakra, and so you're able to perform at like a new level, simply because you enjoy what you're doing so much. I think here it could also be a message that you're in need of connection, and not to be afraid of it, and to be open to it. You're deserving of love. You're deserving of a lot of things. You're deserving of acceptance and appreciation, and you're maybe opening up to a new world, a new group of people, and you're expressing yourself, and you're being accepted for who you are, and that's maybe a new feeling for you, and it's really, really enlightening and activating for your soul. So if this is a new relationship or romance, it might be what leads you to a new career or to a new calling. I am, for some people this could be a message for career, this could be a message for romance, but it could be both. It could really be that, like, because you're being loved and accepted by somebody here, that it's giving you a newfound confidence to try something new, or you and someone you're connected to are starting a business. You and your partner could be starting a business together and becoming entrepreneurs, and really loving that. So I think that's really pretty energy. I'm going to take a few cards here just to clarify the message for romance and connection. Spirit, please provide me with clarity for romance and connection for pile 3. Thank you for providing us with clarity today for pile 3. The Wheel of Fortune and Pentacles. Yeah, so there's a lot of circles, a lot of wheels here. So you're coming kind of, I'm getting like this full circle energy, solar plexus and sacral, again, really strong, this gold and orange color. I think that this new connection that you're coming into could, or connections, could be friends or romantic. It's really, really, really giving you a boost of confidence and energy to be able to start this new endeavor, to start your new career, to become an entrepreneur, to branch out and do what it is that you feel called to do, because you have so much support behind you. And it could be that you're getting the support from your spirit guides, and you're really coming in contact with them through your developing psychic abilities, and they're giving you messages on what you need to do next in your career. Or it could just be that you're, like I said, like a new friend group, new romantic connections that are leading you to your next step in your career that's going to be really, really, really beautiful and fulfilling. So yeah, let's to bring all of this energy back together here. I'm just getting that this year, maybe starting out with you receiving a lot of information, a lot of messages about where it is that you need to go next, and that next step for you is deepening your authenticity, deepening your connection with yourself and your self-love, to really unmask yourself and show your true inner beauty, because that's going to shine through everything you do here. And this huge transformation that you're going through, like, it may have been a very internal transformation, and it could be that just now, all of that transformation that you went through, like last year or whatever, is coming into the physical, it's manifesting into the physical. So people are maybe seeing it in the way you appear, or in the way that you carry yourself, or just in what's going on in your physical life, like in the surroundings of your life. And yeah, I'm getting that you're becoming more comfortable with yourself and being a little bit more natural here, natural diet, getting really, really, really healthy, and purging and releasing what doesn't fit in your life anymore. And could be moving, or it could be just like clearing out your house, or getting rid of an old car, or changing out your wardrobe, or getting rid of old photographs, or something like here with changing your appearance, like you're molting, you're changing, you're shedding your leaves, so that when the springtime comes around, you're turning into this like a phoenix, like the phoenix rising, like it turns to ashes before it's reborn, or the trees have to lose their leaves before the springtime comes and there's new growth, or a bird molts so that, you know, in the next season its plumage comes in really fresh and clean and beautiful. And I'm just seeing that this purge or this clearing, whether it's energetically or materialistically, or a relationship that needs to go, or something physical that's happening, whatever it is, it's once that clearing is complete and you go through a period of rest, it's not going to happen immediately. There's going to be a period of rest, but there is an abundance of good luck here, like really good fortune, really, really, really positive stuff coming for you. So you have a lot to look forward to, that you could be manifesting in this 2024 year. So many gifts are coming to you, and it's just what you want. I mean, everything is kind of at your doorstep, and it could be that, you know, you're manifesting financial abundance, or a new career, one that really, really like that you love, that you're just so enthusiastic to do. Or it could be that you're manifesting a new friend group, or a new romance, or a deeper connection with your spirit guides, and deeper spiritual teachings, deeper spiritual lessons, and you're integrating all of these things into your soul. You're integrating it into your heart, your mind. Every chakra is opening up, and you're doing a lot of deep healing here. You're going to be in this mature energy, this mature spiritual energy, and working through shadows and taking massive spiritual leaps in time and spiritual evolution. And I'm just getting that it doesn't matter whether you're young or old, or in between. You're in this like very mature energy. You're becoming a spiritual master. You're becoming a guide. You're going to be helping other people, potentially even teaching, being a shamanic leader, or being a spirit guide to others, something like that. So, and that you don't even have to be a spirit guide and passed on, but you could be a spirit guide in the dream realm to other people. It's kind of complicated, but I'm just picking up interesting potentials there. So this message could be for a very, very spiritual individual. And then finally, in, you know, your social status, your career, you're making a lot of new connections. You're finding either a new romantic partner or new friend groups that are leading you into your next phase in your career. It could be that you're networking, and through that you make new friends, or you make new acquaintances, and they introduce you to somebody or something, or an opportunity that leads you or guides you to your next phase. It's going to be incredibly abundant. It's going to bring you a lot of joy and contentment in your work. It could be that you're starting a new entrepreneurial career with your partner, so you and your romantic partner may be deepening your bond either by getting married, or you know, taking the next step in your relationship, or you're deepening your bond by starting a business together, which is a huge endeavor, and you have to be really committed to one another to want to do that. So I am going to leave those messages here with you. I want to wish you the best of luck in this 2024 year. I feel like it's going to be a wonderful year for so many people, especially those who are on the spiritual path. And very clearly here, whoever this reading is for, you're a very, very spiritual person. And I'm wishing you all of the best in the new year. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and if not, maybe I'll see you in a future video. Take care. Bye, Pile 3.